Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the WZ-111-1G Chinese Tier 8 Tech Tree Tank Destroyer. Now this is the tank that received quite a few buffs in the recent Chinese reforged Tank Destroyer line buffs. Yeah, that's the one. And it went from being a tank that was thoroughly mediocre to just disappointing to being a tank that's actually pretty damn solid now. I really enjoyed playing the tank to get these games. It's fairly solid, and I think the Tank Destroyer line buffs on the whole for the Chinese ones it's been pretty good for them. So what did they buff in terms of this tank? Well, they buffed the stock 122mm, made it fire quicker, and gave it better max ammo, but we don't really care about that. They just buffed the ammo on the competitive 122mm and the 130mm gun, which is the top gun and is the gun I definitely recommend. They buffed the upper front hull armour, the upper front hull corners, the pike hull. They buffed the gun mantler. And these buffs to the armour that you're seeing on your screen right now are very significant for the tank. And that means that this tank actually bounces stuff when you're top tier now. It used to get penned all of the time. All of the time. But now you do bounce quite a few shots. The increase in speed to 42 kilometers an hour and the fact that they made it so that the power to weight was better just means this tank is far more manoeuvrable as well. It's just breathed a new life into this tank, to be honest. I really enjoy it because the 130mm this tank gets slaps. It really does. It's got 560 alpha, it's got 271 pen, which is just utterly fantastic. It's got ridiculous heat pen as well. The accuracy can be a little bit annoying, but if you just buff it up with crew skills, it's not too bad. And also the aim time, which was fairly bad, you can buff with the new GLD. And that makes it just better. So in terms of the crew I run on this tank, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Run and Gun, Steady Aim, Trap Mechanic, Camo Expertise, and Muffled Shot. Now, I run Camo Expertise and Muffled Shot because the camo on this tank isn't that great. It is more of a brawling tank destroyer. But you do want that little bit of help for when you are bottom tier and you want to play a little bit less aggressively and play a little bit further back. And having that extra little bit of camo and that little bit of help with reducing your camo when you fire for the tank destroyer is generally vital. Especially, like I say, when you are taking that further back stance when you're on a bottom tier game. In terms of the equipment loadout that I run on this tank as well, I run rammer, GLD, and optics. Now, I run a gun laying drive, and it's not often that I run a gun laying drive because 2.9 second aim time on this tank is a little bit killer. And if you run the GLD, you can get the aim time down to 2.5 seconds with the GLD, which is fantastic. And then add on to that Born Leader increases that a little bit, makes that a little bit better as well. It just means that the aim time is far more manageable. You can get the gun honed in a lot quicker like you're seeing here. And it just makes the gun handling pretty nice, except for when you bounce off of ISU 152s with 271 pen when you hit the ridiculous angle. We run the gun perks as well, like Run and Gun and Steady Aim. Now, you might think, well, you're a turretless tank destroyer. Are you really going to be firing on the move? Well, like you saw with what we did with the ISU there, we kept moving forward because the team's moving forward. So we kept moving forward, and then we were probably a little bit more accurate because we had Run and Gun to help us so that when we have to progress, we can progress and just keep firing anyway and still keep a little bit of the accuracy that we may have had. And obviously, the gun being 0.38 accuracy, what you want, like, the Steady Aim as well to have 10% better accuracy. So in this game on steps, we've been very aggressive. We've managed to help take the flank. We've got a nice shot into the KV-3 there. Unfortunately, he slapped us in the lower plate, but we're just about to reload, so we're going to slap the shot straight into him again, blind. We're up to 4k damage, 252 assistance. And currently, our team is on top of this game. Now, we got unspotted. We pulled back so that we couldn't get blind fired by the KV-3. Now we're unspotted. We pull back into the same position, finish him off. And that's him gone. Now, there's only 4 tanks left. There's the Trailblazer in front of us, which is something that we want to get rid of. Because, obviously, well, it's a Trailblazer. He comes over. We donk the shot, which is really bad. He's probably going to kill us now. And he finishes us off. Unfortunately, we made that mistake, which cost us our tank, cost us our lives, and cost us a better game, but we still had a good game. We finished with 4 kills, 4.3k damage, ace tanker, high caliber, 1614 base XP with 569 assists with the 4 kills. So that was like, what, 4.8k combined? Nice game for the tank in a very good matchup. That was it being top tier. Now, we did bounce a couple of shots, but not too many, because obviously they still hit the lower plate. The lower plate is still quite fat and quite easy to hit, and that is obviously a problem. And also, YOLO light tanks like Trailblazers that have got autoloaders are a bit of a problem for turretless tank destroyers. And when you make a mistake like I did, where you just completely donk the shot right next to him, yeah, costs you your life. Should have aimed better. So we're on the second game, and we're on Desfull. I had to grab it there for a second. We're on Desfull, and I'm thinking, right, what do I want to do on Desfull? It's encounter, so they spawn at C0. Now what I'm going to do is generally a good idea if they spawn where they have now, but generally if you get the standard battle where you spawn in that corner where we have and they spawn in the other corner, this won't work, because you will get caught out trying to get up on top of the hill and get obliterated, because they will spawn at J9. They'll get to a position where they can shoot you trying to climb up this slope here in front of us, and you will die, and it's not very pleasant. Unfortunately, when it is standard battle and it is those flipped spawns, they have the advantage because the middle is such a strong area on Desfull. It's a very, very strong area. Obviously, it also comes with a lot of risks because it's very easy to shoot people on this hill. But it's very strong because you get shots across the whole map, pretty much, from this area. And whoever controls this hill can control a lot of the engagements on different flanks. Because, like now, these medium tanks are pushing up, right? I have shots on them from this middle. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to get a nice shot into this T-54. Pop him for 536. He's trying to progress and he gets finished off. But now we're set up in a position where we can shoot other people. So now we've got this chisel to shoot at. And this other guy, now I stopped looking at the chisel there because he was hull down. I thought, well, I'm not going to pen it. But he drives into a position where we can pen him. We managed to get a nice shot into him. And we're hurting these people. And these guys are obviously on that flank trying to progress round us. And by being a presence, we're stopping that. We wait to get unspotted before we change our position and move. Now we've got this KV-4 over here. I shoot the wall because I think, is that a destructible wall? I don't know. We'll try it. Unfortunately, it isn't a destructible wall, and it took the shot. Now we get spotted again, and I'm like, right, well, I want to move up and get a shot at this KV-4, because this KV-4 is a juicy target. He's stock. He's got the 175mm gun. He bounces off us. We bounce our 271 AP round off of him, which is annoying. But we cover ourselves while we're reloading behind this building, and now we're just going to see and wait if this KV-4 pulls out. Because if he pulls out, obviously, it's a nice juicy shot for us. Unfortunately, he's clearly poking up above that rock, getting detected by me and pulling back. I'm just surveying the area, basically, seeing what's happening. He seems to be dropping down below the bridge, so it's like, right, okay, there's no point waiting here and waiting for that KV-4 to just never appear. Just as we were about to turn, though, Batchat 15555, the Batchat 15558 even, it's not the 55, that's the tier 9. The tier 10 artillery gets spotted. We get to shut him down with an auto-aim shot, which is really nice. And now this 705A is in a great spot for us. We've got fantastic penetration, which means this guy is actually pretty easy for us to pen. There's quite a lot of tanks. Say if we were in the WZ-111-1G FT, the tier 8 premium tank destroyer that's Chinese, that everyone just earned for free, he would be a bit of a pain with 248 AP penetration, but with 271 AP, easy. Now we get a nice shot there into the T-55A and finish him off. We don't get spotted there, which was fairly surprising, but that's maybe the camo perks helping us and the fact that he had a bit of cover between me and him that stopped us getting spotted by him. But now we shut down the T-55A. We're just going to pull back into a position where we're hoping the 705A will come back out, and he does. Just as we got there, luckily enough, he did pop back out. We get a nice shot into his side as he was weirdly falling down that ridgeline. Waiting for the reload to go back in. Pop a shot into his side, 569. Leave him on 6 HP, which is sad. Was hoping we'd kill him. But I'm thinking, well, I want to finish off this tier 10 heavy tank. We don't want to leave him alive. And we've got the side shots, so we snap the shot in, finish him off. And we're up to 3.5k damage. And now we're looking, where's the next shot of damage coming? There's a chisel down there. The rest of their team is still, seems to be on that flank where we can get shots at them. This M41 Brazil is running around like a lunatic. So we snap a shot at him. Unfortunately, he gets just shut down by the M41D on our team, as the shell was inbound. And I'm thinking, right, okay. Next one. Chisel. I'm going for you, bro. You're next. He's in a great position for us to get a shot from the middle of this map for him, which is great. Pull up on the ridgeline. Make sure we're fully aimed. Get the shot into the back of his turret and finish off the Chisel. Now there's 4 tanks left. There's the artillery and 3 other tanks. I think the heavy tank that's alive, maybe the KV-4 possibly, that's still down there for some reason. Now's the time to abandon the hill, but just as I'm doing that, the T95E6 appears. It's like, well, that is a destructible wall, I know that. We're going to try and pop a shot at him through it. Unfortunately, we don't quite get it. I was trying to just wedge myself up on top of the ridgeline so I had a better shooting angle at him, but unfortunately I don't. And now would be the time to abandon the hill, but I'm thinking, well, if this guy pokes back round again, I can get a good shot at him, or if he drives forward, like that. And we shut down the T95E6. Just from that position, that was worth the wait. Because I knew that if he decided to, he had to pull forward or he had to go back. And if it did either, I was definitely getting a shot at him. Unfortunately enough for us, he pulled forward, gave us a shot, and we shut him down. Now there's only artillery. I want the Pascuchas. I'm hoping I can get there to get him in render before he dies. But unfortunately, he gets shut down. And we finished that game with a nice total for a bottom tier match. And that showed how vital that middle bit can be on Des4. We finished with 5 kills, 4.3k damage. Halonen's medal for killing 3 tanks 2 tiers higher. The Ace Tanker medal, 5 kills, 1869 base XP. Really nice game for the WZ-111-1G FT. And it's a pretty damn good little tank destroyer now. And it's pretty much worth playing. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!